Coming up, we show you exactly how to get your hands on a product from 2026. And no, this isn't bullshit. Only a very small, very privileged select few will be able to pull this straight out of the future. And on top of that, I've hired a new cameraman. I'm not entirely convinced he didn't lie about his so-called experience, but fuck it. Let's find out together.
The following program, Barber News with Toad, features a highly opinionated, overly caffeinated, and deeply sarcastic amphibian, discussing all things barber-related. Toad is not a licensed barber, doctor, historian, or even a reliable source of information. He's a toad. All opinions expressed in this show are Toad's alone, and should absolutely not be taken as fact, unless you enjoy being misinformed by a creature that spends most of his life sitting in a swamp. If you're unsure about anything he says, please comment, fact-check, or consult an actual human barber before making any drastic hair or life choices. Toad's advice has resulted in questionable haircuts, unnecessary life advice, and relationship facts. You have been warned. Viewer discretion is advised. Now sit back, relax, and prepare for the most totally ridiculous barber news you've ever seen.
Barbers, thanks for joining back. I know a lot of you are dealing with the same exhausting routine every single day. You finish long hours behind the chair, you come home drained, and instead of getting even 5 minutes of peace, you have your nagging wife dragging you by that strict little leash she's had on you for years, telling you that you work too many hours, and somehow don't give her enough time. As if you're not the one paying every bill, keeping the lights on, and keeping her happy in the first place. So here's what you need to do. Tell her to please shut the fuck up for the next few minutes, because what Toad is about to explain is actually important. I'm going to break down how you can get yourself a product that was never meant to drop until 2026. Yes, you heard that right. 2026. This wasn't supposed to be in anyone's hands for a long time, but as we close in on Christmas, the word coming back to me is that TPOB is feeling genuinely generous and ready to let something slip that should not be slipping yet. Something the entire industry will lose their fucking minds over once they realize barbers watching this channel got it first. But before you get too excited, there is one major obstacle in the way. A serious one. Something that needs attention before any of you even attempt to get involved. But first, run that intro.
Stylecraft got bankrupt by TPOB. It's not their fault. We're the best brand in the world. Hell yeah. We're the best brand in the world. Hell yeah. Best brand in the world. Hell yeah. We're the best brand in the world. Hell yeah. I wanna welcome you to Barber News. Hey yeah. Just welcome you to Barber News. Hey yeah. Just welcome you to Barber News. Cause TPOB is the best brand in the world. And I'm Toad.
Seriously, you barbers are unbelievably spoiled. Half of you don't even realize how lucky you actually are. Imagine if one of those low-tier budget brands for home use like Supreme had a channel like this. It would be the biggest pile of shit on the internet. I can literally picture the titles already. Something like, hey, we can't refund your clippers because we're about to go out of business. But seriously, did any of you ever hear the story about Supreme? The guy who owns the brand, I'm fairly sure he's Indian or Pakistani. I'm not exactly certain, but what I do know is he hasn't a single fucking clue about anything product related. Anyway, the factory actually managed to sell him around 2,000 trimmers with dud blades that didn't even function. 2,000. And he ended up having to hire some cousins to sit there and replace the blades one by one. It is the perfect example of someone looking at a brand thinking, yeah, anyone can run a company, and then getting absolutely destroyed by reality. What a complete fucking idiot. And honestly, I enjoy watching people who think business is some effortless little game get humbled instantly. It's poetic watching stupidity punch itself in the face. Anyway, let's move on to something actually important and something you genuinely want to hear.
Let's do some math, because we get a lot of things confused around here. So, if someone sells 50 million worth of clippers, right, but they sell it through a distributor, gets that for 60% off, and they run under an umbrella company who sell through 2 or 3 subsidiary companies, and then that clipper is partnered with 2 companies, both have multiple shareholders. One of the companies, which one of the shareholders is another company with multiple shareholders, right? And then there's another company who sells less, but the boss of the company is the main shareholder. Do you think makes the most money? I'm just asking you guys, like, who do you think makes the most money? Because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on in the barber industry. There's a lot of people who are signed to people and holding people's hands and smoke and mirrors. None of these guys are bosses. None of them. None of them that you see on Instagram are bosses. Proper bosses.
Alright, barbers, let's get fucking serious now because the casual bullshit ends here. I'm not here to juggle entertainment for you like some circus clown. Well, technically I am, but you understand the point. This is the part where the noise stops and the real information begins. So here's what you need to digest. On Sunday, 2 clippers will drop. The final drop of the entire year. The actual concluding chapter of 2025, and the one that every brand out there will pretend they're not watching even though they absolutely fucking are. And maybe some of you have an idea what's coming, so leave a comment if you think your brain has even a fraction of accuracy left in it. But here's where the situation becomes genuinely interesting. There might be another surprise drop attached to it, one last edition for the year. Not free, obviously, because this isn't a charity, but as an add-on for a very solid price. Now, I can't say what it is. I can't give a clue. I can't even confirm it exists officially. But I know enough to tell you that Sunday could turn from a standard drop into something that blindsides the entire barbering community. Because when my live chat opens on Sunday, things are going to happen that none of you have even remotely guessed. Once that chat opens, it stops being teasing, it stops being speculation, and it becomes full acceleration. Everything moves, everything shifts, and if you're not in that chat when it happens, you're going to be the guy hearing about it after the fact like a clueless idiot. So comment now what you think this mystery could be. I'll be a bit ruthless here because some of you need it. It could be a clipper, it could be a trimmer, it could be a shaver, it could be a blade, who the fuck knows? All you can do now is speculate and wait for Sunday because that's when everything becomes real. Look, I know most of you just want cool shit. Let's not pretend otherwise. None of you give a fuck about feelings or emotional speeches. You're barbers. You're not exactly a beacon of inner peace. You pretend to be. But I was a barber once and I know the game inside out. You want elite quality for elite prices. You want gear that performs without excuses. And half of you watch me hoping to scrape whatever information you can so your day runs smoother and your life gets even slightly easier. That's the real dream. But here's the part you don't want to hear. None of that success, none of those small daily victories, none of that better quality of life is going to land in your lap unless you actually get online this Sunday and lock yourself into this final drop. This is the last major moment of the year, and if you miss it, you're going to be watching other barbers flex your opportunity for the next 12 months straight. So, who's with me? Who's actually paying attention? Comment now and show your support, because this drop is the difference between staying stuck or stepping the fuck up.
Oh, it's freezing out here. Oh, wait, there's a fire back here. Oh, God, bro, there's some heat back here. These things just blew up. For the 8th time, shop burnt down. It's Christmas. Can't pay for fucking nothing. Dude, is there a fire back there? Yeah, my fucking shitty ass clippers caught fire, dude. The shop burnt down. Oh, I gotta get me some TPOBs to fucking make the holidays again. We're here with the TPOBs today. Christmas is back good. Christmas is back good.
What can I say? We have some absolutely crazy fans out there. And that's exactly why this channel stays miles ahead of every other boring barber channel on the internet. Barbers, you've just watched Barber News, so smash the like, leave a crazy comment, and hit the subscribe. I'm out. Peace.